On your side, A1, like how busy is it? Like how easy is it to manage the workflow of different artists and releases?
The last quarter of 2025 was real busy. We had 4 vinyl releases. So
Oh, last quarter 4?
yes. So there's not all.
Hold up. For the listeners out there, we're talking to a person that runs a label pretty much. I mean, I'm sure you have other people within the organization, but it's pretty much like, very indie. So 4 vinyl releases in a quarter. A quarter is like 3-4 months. I want you guys to imagine dealing with 5 to 6 Amazon returns on your own with your work schedule. Now multiply that times times 250 boxes or so. Like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was a wild time. It was fruitful, but it was busy, and then there was some delays in one of the records, which was frustrating. So it could get real hectic at times because we have to coordinate the release, the layouts, the artwork, the design, then the logistics. Who is going to, and we don't have a distributor. We self-distribute. So we built all those relationships on our own directly.
Hats off to you, man. Kudos. That's impressive.
Appreciate it.
Like the ground that Don't Sleep covers, and me dealing with distributors and stuff on my own. Like, I understand how helpful they can be, but I also understand how much more impactful and solid it is to have those relationships on your own. So the real question is, whose label is Solidified coming out on?
That's a collab, but
a label collab.
Yeah, underground collab. But Hypnot is facilitating the release because again, we just came off doing four records, and it was intense, and it's hard to ask people to buy another record when one of them was late. So we try to be mindful of the energy we put out there. And I always echo DMX in my mind. Y'all been eating long enough now. Stop being greedy. Yeah.
Well, like based on that sort of schedule, it's sort of like a soft subscription service where, you don't want to exhaust your consumer base. You don't want to make them like cough up another $30 when they just did it and they're in a rotation and routine with it's a relationship like you were saying. But something that I think is really cool is it's rare you see 2 labels collaborate in this sort of way.
Yeah, and that was part of the draw as well, Don. It was just like we are facilitating it, Hypnot is, but it's still a Don't Sleep Hypnot collaboration as well. And I thought it was dope. There's 2 CEOs. You know what I mean?
You don't really see that much without it being like some sort of contention or concessions made or like, you know what I'm saying? This feels like, in essence, 2 artists collaborating more than 2 labels collaborating, which I think is something that's a testament to you both being indie-run labels that you can move like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's true. I think it is rare. Part of the reason why we've been able to keep in contact so much is because I'm always hitting him up for advice, like always. And he gives me game that most people are afraid. Unfortunately, they're afraid or they feel like there's some type of competition aspect to it. But constantly giving out free game. So that's how we've been able to actually, develop our relationship and keep in contact.
To quote A1, quoting DMX, they been eating long enough. They should stop being greedy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, for sure.
Have you been running Don't Sleep longer than Joe's been running Hypnot?
It depends on we started in 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, you got me there. Because I bought Hypnot from Kevin in 18, but I really was doing my own thing in 17, so around 17, 18.
Okay, I was just asking because you said he gives you game, so I was trying to figure out the dynamic,
No, definitely like a mentor dynamic, 100%.
Yeah, that's so dope that I understand there are trade secrets and there are things that you want to withhold and gatekeep for, yourself, a lot of people. But I think that for what hip hop is and for trying to get a foothold on a market share, it's better to share this sort of information because you're going to be stronger together.
Absolutely.
If you look at these indie labels like a farmer's market, like you can't have a farmer's market with just one booth. You got to have a couple.
That's a good analogy. I never thought of that. That's very true. And ultimately, at the risk of sounding corny, I'm just trying to push the culture forward, and I think he's doing the same thing. You know what I mean?